Okay, hi there traders. So another day we're going to take a look at the Hang Seng intraday trading. As yesterday, we'll see how we go today. Looks like it's similar type of setup. We've got the index just come across here. That's the index there on a 5-minute. If you just scrunch it up, we're getting through some resistance levels there. It looks like it's going to open up quite strong. You can see that by the 5-minute over here. Let me just get up one thing. Get up my There we go. It's kind of extended. There's a resistance on it there, extended and hovering around there. So same sort of thing as yesterday at the moment at this stage. So, we'll see how that goes, see how that sort of, whether it pops down or just extends on those gains. It could be a bigger ask today. I mean, thought it wouldn't do that yesterday, but I mean, looking at the MACD, it's in a prime position where it could, gap up and go. The same as we started to get this massive base, it's been holding. So that push up yesterday into the close, and then we're gapping up a bit more today on the index. We'll see what happens there. We're just going to set up for the morning drive, just see what happens there, and that the strategy I've got going, which I term the 5-minute day strategy. So for more information, just go to our website at tradethestructure.com. I was still in the process of just getting that all sorted out, so just bear with me if you're interested. I'm just getting that subscriber page together, putting some information and some content in that, and then the PDF on the actual strategy will be uploaded there, and you can download it once you subscribe. There's a few criteria to meet for subscription. I'm just working that out now. So anyway, I'll probably go quiet for the next few minutes just while this market works itself out, and we'll get ready to go to see how this opens up and get our order set up. So I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm just putting in my orders now. We'll see if do I get too early, just in case. See if we can get onto that. So what I'm aiming for is just a bit of a breakdown. Just break out sort of that opening range, if we can get a drive. If it takes too long, we'll have to cancel that. You like this to sort of happen quickly. That's the idea. All right, executed that. See if we can get a few points in it. And all right, that's done. All right, so that was a good one. I'll cancel this upside order now. All right, so that's done for that little trade. It worked out nicely. All right, so index is open pretty strong. You'll see we've got this here. It's popped up above a couple of levels. Let's just maximize that. Now it looks like there's some selling coming in. So whether it's going to be a gap fill, we've flushed this level, which I've only got it as a minor level just around here, 24,880. See if I can drive back. Being a Friday, I'd be a bit skeptical this takes off like it did yesterday. Um, with the Hang Seng, you just don't know. You don't want to discount that. You just got to wait for that price action to play out. Okay, so if we drag that back across, so that's what we're keeping an eye on. It could continue on down here. I mean, the 5 minute, it's kind of flushed this zone here. It's whether I'd rather see, you could be going short here for the drive, but it's kind of against my 5 minute at the moment. Really just had a spike up and straight back down again to where it closed at night. So this is the overnight close on the futures. This is the CFD price, and so there's a futures down somewhere around this zone at 24.8 to 8.10 thereabouts. So we're still just above that. So I'm just really watching now to see, okay, are we going to flush here, hold, and then rally up, go to the next zone? So like I said, bid to offer, go from a bid zone to an offer zone. Or we're just going to get some lower high coming into play and start to fail from there. Looks like it's still failing. All right, let's go short here. Looks like it's got some follow through. Yeah, I don't like that now. So really just want to see, it's probably a bit preemptive. Oh, no, that's maybe 40 points. So we'll see if we can flush lower. It looks like it's a bit of a bigger drive down. So really, this lower high holding in the one, MA's across, it's heading south. Probably it could be extended on the 5, but look, we'll see. It could be just going to drive down to this 05 level, so might just move that. I want to see it capitulate more than that. So we're in at 05, up 20 or 30 now. I'll probably take 5 off, or we can get up 50, which is somewhere around the 50 mark. Just put a buy in there, just take some off here. Hopefully we'll get that in a second. There we go. So now short 5, I'm just going to drop that to even above that candle. So I figure if it's going to keep going down, it's probably going to keep driving. We'll just move that down to that zone and then see what happens. So it's a good correction lower. If I get tagged on this, stopped out in the next 5, so be it. I didn't expect it. From the one, yes, you kind of, the idea is, I'm just going to get tagged on this probably. Yep, all right, so that's all done. So even on half and 50, I think 50 on 55 actually on the other. That's not too bad. Now, yeah, the reason behind that is if you've got this sort of first leg down, which I generally look at things in 2 legs. First leg, pop up, and I'm looking for that secondary leg down. Oops, draw that properly. And that's what it was. But the 5 minute, it's not really conducive to a big sell-off. You're going to get some buyer stepping because it's kind of been flat before that. Flush that resistance zone, and then we just sort of flush in the lows from into that close there. It's kind of in no man's land now. So ideally, I'd like to see it. If I want to work from this offer zone to a bid zone, or through this bid zone down to here, I want to see. Let me just get going. I want to see sort of a pop up there, and then potentially something like that. That's probably a bit drastic, but draw that properly. That's what I'd be looking for. Okay, I want to see a sort of a retest in that hole, because once that's coming down here, you've got people like me just scalping in and out maybe, to ask, they're the ones trading at the moment, but when you get this sort of secondary fail more on a high time frame like the 5, then it adds more conviction that that level will hold. At the moment, there's no reason we can't go back up here, hold and then go. Okay, so that's kind of scenario. I mean, if it starts to lift and we break back up and through and attack these highs, then anyone that's short is going to be squeezed out. But for now, it's kind of that early days. I mean, the trend's down on the 1. You could follow it down on the 1 minute chart, get another short in here and then see if you can follow it down to this level. Like I said, you're kind of against, that's not the world's best looking 5 minute chart. It's more anticipating a gap fill from the close, back to the 719, which, it's kind of, there's a lot of fat in that, 100 and something points on the index, but whether it does or doesn't, it could just bounce off the EMAs and up we go again. On the index, that is. So we'll just see from here. Okay, so back. We'll see if this, you can see the 1 is, like I said, momentum is just easing off here. Whether we start having a bit of a roll, momentum's down on the 5, obviously. It's just whether we can get sort of a bit of a pop up and get a lower high come to play. So I wouldn't mind if I could see, that's the leg down on the 5. We just clone that and say we get down to, we sort of retest here. That means we could pump down into that zone at 24,600, 610. Okay, that's kind of what I'd like to see, and it sort of makes sense. We retest it back into these resistance zone of the highs. But at the moment, that 1 is still holding MAs down. So, stretched or not, it could still keep going, which looks like it could. Just don't want to get caught with this kind of a flush. See, it's kind of such a good move down, strong move down to 5. It may take some time to turn it. I mean, it may just discount this kind of easing in momentum. The 1, it's hard not to get caught up in the 1, but that's the aim, is not to get caught up in the 1. 1 minute charts. So we're going to extend on that. Let's just see what the index itself is up and we're going down. So, you've got to battle with that, especially from a psychology perspective. Okay, it looks like it's just grinding down at the moment. We're still, the 1 minute's still pushing to that zone. So with a lack of volatility, I'll probably just call it an end here. Get some other work done. I mean, something could play out. We could still retest into this zone and come back down, but it looks like we're close to just pushing into this area around the 24,600 mark. So it's probably going to extend, just be a bit of a grind all day. So if it's just a grind, I won't be taking advantage of that. I won't be trading that. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me. And remember, if you've got any questions or about anything I've just talked about, feel free to send us an email to tradethestructure@gmail.com. And remember to check out the video on YouTube and leave us a like if you enjoyed it. And also check out the website, www.tradethestructure.com. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Wherever you're listening, it's Friday here, so a few hours away from happy hour, I would say. So we'll finish up there and I'll speak to you again soon.